Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. So, tonight I'm going to be interviewing Tom Buck. Welcome.
Oh, super excited. Thanks for having me here.
So, tonight we're going to be talking about microphones because I feel like me and you love microphones. The most fascinating question that I will ever ask:
Okay.
why did you get started into microphones?
Yeah, I don't know. So it's a weird thing actually when it comes to any like audio video stuff. I have just been interested in it forever. I was born in 1985, so it's very much the era of, handy cams, VHS camcorders and stuff. And the thing I can remember super clearly is that in the 3rd grade, my class did a play, and we were putting on the play, and we got to hold a microphone and talk into a mic. And I just thought that was like the coolest thing ever. Just like the way that this little thing in my little like 9-year-old voice or whatever, I could say something and it would fill the whole little, like the cafeteria or wherever we were putting on our play. And it was just like, it was really cool. And I have such a clear memory of that. And then when I got into cameras and stuff, it wasn't long before I realized, like, oh my gosh, the sound is really important. And if you're going to do a video or you're going to make a movie or something, like, you can't have crummy audio. You need to have good audio. And so then learning about how to switch up, you know, tape recorders and different little microphones that could plug into my handy cams and stuff at the time. And then when YouTube and podcasting kicked around, it was just like, oh man, there's so many cool options out there. I'm just so curious on what different ones sound like. How do they work? Are they worth the money? Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I just like the way they look. I like the way they sound. I like the different things they can do. They're just interesting to me. I don't. I really don't know why.
So, what was your first mic that you actually invested in? Because I think you said that your first mic, because you were doing music, you had the SM57. But what was the
Yeah.
first mic that you actually?
There was. I remember buying
Yeah.
a really crappy little. I don't know what it was, like a little plasticky mic from Radio Shack that was like $15. Don't remember what it was.
Rest in
Uh,
peace.
yeah, rip Radio Shack and microphone. But the one that I remember where I felt like I spent a chunk of money, it was $50. It was an Audio Technica shotgun mic that was made for a Sony Handycam in like the year 2000. And I remember I was like 15 and spending $50 on a microphone seemed insane to me, but I wanted better sound and I was so excited to get this thing that I could connect. And that was cool. And I didn't really buy another microphone until the SM57, like 5 years
Yeah.
later, which I
Wow.
still have that one. And that's a great mic.
Yes. And that sounds great on everything, actually.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the most versatile mics in the world. It's so good. Yeah, it's awesome.
It might be the second. Or, yeah,
what would be what would be the first? I want to see if it's the same one I'm thinking of.
U87.
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
that because you could do it's a condenser, so it sounds great on any voice or
Hmm.
any instrument:
True. True, true,
piano,
true.
drums, bass, guitar. that's a
Yeah.
that's
Finding
another.
mics that can do
Yeah.
instruments and voice really well in a wide range of voices, that's cool. That's way cool.
And also, another good one is the Sennheiser.
Yeah, they make really good stuff.
the the best shotgun mic. They make
the
the best
the the 416, I
416.
think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a
Yep, yep.
beautiful mic.
That's out of my budget at the moment, but which is, I know it's sort of stupid because it's like, hey, instead of buying 3 cheaper microphones, buy one nice, but whatever.
But
I'll
you're
just say it's out of my
not.
budget.
You're more like close talk mic guy. Like, hello,
I
blah blah
mean,
blah.
he sort of, yeah, it just sort of is the way. I would love to have a mic. Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
do. When I do my videos, I have the Video Mic Pro that's out of the
and that
frame, so
sounds
that way.
fine. But
Yeah.
I know shotguns are not right for some people.
Right. Right, right. And if
Just
you're doing
saying.
podcasting or
Yeah.
something where audio is prominent, then I feel like it's worth having a mic that you can. Most mics sound better when you're close to them. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So, what is your favorite mic so far that you ever owned?
that's like here are all of your children. Pick a favorite. And I love all of my children, except for the newer. But tr- truthfully, like they're all good for different things. Like I
Yes,
have this Shure Super 55 is probably one of the coolest mics that I have.
I have the
I love
same
this
one.
thing. Yeah, this thing is awesome, and it'll
So
it'll
cool.
easily last the rest of my life. Like
Like this
it's an
shirt.
amazing microphone. the the of course like well, I can tell you about my history with the SM7B later, but this Lewitt that I'm using right now is $150, and it's a condenser mic, so you need phantom power, but you don't need like a signal booster or anything with it. And I got it because of David Foster uses it, and then India Delgado had it, and it sounded really good, and I bought it. And it's like I haven't used much else since I've gotten it because I really, really like this mic. I don't know, it sounds good, it looks good, it's got this nifty little pop filter, like or windscreen or no pop
Yeah.
filter. It's cool. So like I
It's
didn't even know this existed like 2 months ago. So it's hard to say. Um, but
my
yeah, there's
favorite is the Slate. I was shown Tom before. The Slate mic. And this is around 150 and it comes with uh virtual mics too, so you can switch the sound and you can do everything. So that's pretty cool, and that's around 150. But also, if you're a drummer or a pianist, this would be great because there's a normal and a dynamic mic mode.
that's
So
crazy.
so it can like lower it. So this would be perfect for snares and all that. But I was using this as a overhead.
Yeah, I mean that's so cool that it's both,
Yeah,
and that's like in terms of like best budget thingy, that's it's pretty good.
I'm curious about this. How did you get into the Roadcaster Pro?
Oh yeah, yeah. um So yeah, I think I have 20 videos, or I have a couple unreleased ones, but I have 20 videos about the Roadcaster on my channel. Um, and it is the thing that kind of changed my YouTube channel because it like helped me find a direction on my channel. But the reason I got into it was because it came out in 2019, I believe, and I had been working on audio video stuff for years, but I had specifically been trying to put together podcasts since 2014 for my job. I was like producing podcasts for school districts. And um it was really hard to like run microphones into a mixer, run the mixer into a recorder, get headphone amps for everybody. Just it's hard to and then dial in the sound and EQ stuff. It's a total pain in the butt. And I had set up a podcast at two different school districts, so two separate setups, plus I was starting my own. And then Rode was like, here's this thing that has four XLR channels, built-in sound banks, built-in equalization, built-in recorder, but it can also be an interface. And it's expensive, but if you take the price of all those other things, it's very, very reasonable. And so for me, it just solved like all the problems I was having. I bought it immediately. I
Yeah.
pre-ordered it, got it, super excited about it, and have
Wow.
not stopped being excited about it for 2.5 years. So
Great.
I've been with the Rodecaster it since the very beginning, and oh man, it's one of my favorite things ever. Yeah, because the way Rode updates that thing, because there's all the other stuff like the Zoom P8 and Tascam's coming out with
Yeah.
like their version of a Rodecaster. But I can't say for sure about Tascam, but none of the other companies are updating their stuff. Like the Zoom P8 is cool, but it's still on firmware 1, and it will probably just stay on firmware 1 till question mark, whereas Rode is on like I don't know what firmware I'm on, 2.5 point something, like they constantly update the thing, they add new stuff. I don't think they expected the streaming community to use the Rodecaster as much when they released
Yeah.
it, because it was like it's a podcasting studio, and then everyone was like, well, it's actually great for streaming. And then Rode was like, let's add in a bunch of features to make it better for streaming. And that's cool. Like other companies just aren't doing that. They're not adapting the product based on how customers are using it, and Rode
True.
is, and that's cool.
Road is So, what are your thoughts on the Rode Pod mic? That's what I want to know.
There we go.
Because
Pod mic.
everyone knows you for the Pod mic.
They do. It's been funny because the Pod mic came out at the same time as the Rodecaster, and Rode was sort of pairing them together. Get this recording mixer, get this microphone, you're all set to do your podcast. That's what I did. I didn't really have like any other mics at the time, and I wanted the mic that meant to go with the thing. And I really liked it because it's built super well. I think it sounds good. But then I just got curious about other mics, and then this whole thing happened. But what I've also noticed is there are a lot of people who around the same time would watch my videos, get their pod mics, be excited, but now they've like moved on to other microphones and more expensive things too. I think the pod mic is such a good $100 podcasting microphone. Not that it's like the best $100 microphone, but for a podcasting mic that you're going to put on a stand and talk into or stream into, it's built really well. It does sound really good. It does lack some low end, but you can easily add that in with EQ. So it's not, to me, that's not a huge deal. A lot of it depends on your voice. It works well with my goofy voice, but your voice might not. Everybody's voice works differently with different microphones. I still think the Pod mic's amazing. I did a video today about the Pod mic versus the Audio Technica 2040, which is, where is it? It's this one, this black one on the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
Same price, very similar, but very different sounding microphones. And I kind of think that in my comparison video, I personally prefer the way the Pod mic sounds in
Yeah,
that comparison.
I liked it better.
However, I think if I had to recommend someone who I didn't know much about their setup and they were just like, do I get Pod mic or Audio Technica? I might recommend the Audio Technica
Why?
because it has sort of a more flat sound. Like I think it would work better with a wider range of voices. And if I don't know
True.
something about anyone, I would do that. Whereas if I don't know, I mean, the Pod mic just sounds good, and I always switch between mics, and then when I come back to the Pod mic, I'm like, oh, it sounds so good. I'm just happy with it. So I don't know, but I've been getting into condensers because
Yeah.
you really don't need any of the little like signal boosters and stuff with them, and that's cool. And condensers sound great on everything. So
Yeah. How are you liking the NT1?
well, John, I think the NT1 is a great mic for NT1.
Now that's
um,
funny.
Actually, someone asked me this the other day, but they were like, if you could only pick one mic, which would it be? Like, if you had to pick one, and I actually said it would be the NT1, um, because this mic, it's not the most exciting mic in the world, but it probably is my most versatile one, because this is like the one you were talking about. This is awesome on voice, it's awesome on instruments, it's a really natural sound, it's super easy to edit. The sound from it's like crazy high quality. So it's just like such a good solid mic.
Yeah.
I i really 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 like the NT1 um a lot. And it's every time, it's kind of like the Pod mic where it's like every time I use it I like it a little more. But that's
Oh,
that's why it's so hard to choose
yeah. Paul
microphones.
Burke said, aside from the Go XLR or Cloud Lifter hardware, is there a little piece of software you like to pair with your mics to get the sound that you're looking for?
Nothing crazy for streaming and stuff. No, it's just the Rodecaster. With pretty much no, I rarely use the EQ in the Rodecaster, but sometimes I will. When I'm editing videos, I'll use like parametric equalizer in Final Cut. And one thing I do really like to do, which I'll do a lot if I'm doing like podcast interviews where it's totally different audio, is use Adobe Audition to clean up stuff and match sounds really well. I
Mm-hmm.
really like how easy it is to edit stuff in Adobe Audition, and like their de-reverb filter is amazing. Their noise filter is awesome. Their equalizers are all really great, and yeah, Audition's it's really good software. So I play around in that a lot, and sometimes I'll take my YouTube video audio, put it in Audition, polish it up a little bit, and throw it back into Final Cut too.
I have a question. Why do you use Final Cut?
Uh, that is a great question.
Be-
So
because if you have a audition and this
yeah,
and that,
so I cannot use Premiere.
you hate it.
I I personally, it's not that I hate the way it works. I cannot. It's not reliable for me. Like at least on the Mac platform, I've tried it on like 5 different computers, and it's always at some point it will always crash. It will always cause a problem, and I just like am so frustrated by it. I even tried a while ago. I was like, okay, 30 days of Adobe Audition or Adobe Premiere and nothing else. I made it to day 14 and I was like, screw this. I need to go back to Final Cut. Like I can't get my work done. Um, and I mean, when I say using on different computers, everything from like a new MacBook to an iMac Pro to just sort of like a nice 27-inch iMac to an old Mac, like everything that it should. The thing with Final Cut is it was easy for me to learn. It's super reliable. It's a one-time purchase. If you're a student or a teacher, it's like half the price. Plus, then you get Audition and Logic, or not Audition. You get Logic and Motion, like Apple's version of After Effects and their music editing software. So that's a really good deal. Final Cut does real-time rendering, auto saving. It's so fast. It's so incredibly fast. And then I taught Final Cut for like 9 years, and it was so easy to teach. Like it was so easy to get, whether it's a ninth grade student or a high school senior, they could pick it up like no problem. It wasn't intimidating. And seeing something like that work day after day in a high school lab situation was like, if something's going to fall apart, it's going to fall apart when it's used in a high school program because it's getting used constantly and abused. And Final Cut never did. It always held up. And that sold me on it like a lot. I have used DaVinci Resolve a bit and I really do like it. But I'm still a Final Cut person. But the tool, I don't want to draw a total line in the sand because like use the tool that's best for you. If you love Premiere, like please keep using Premiere. If you're somebody, I had students who would be like, I don't want to use Final Cut, only Premiere, and I'm like, cool. Especially if you're doing a ton of work in After Effects, like the way Premiere and After Effects work together is amazing. So just whatever tool is best for you, just use that one.
Are you gonna get any mics for the L1 or the like? You know,
Well, this camera, I don't know if this camera actually works or not. It was sold as parts, but I ordered a battery for it, so I'll be able to see if it's actually working. If it does work, it does have a really cool little mic slot here. It can do left and right separate channels.
ooh,
It's got 20 decibels of boost. It's actually got like some nifty audio features. Um, and I would love to try out some mics with it. But yeah, the one thing, where is it? Oh, I have a other than the Rode video mic, I don't have like a ton of video mics. I have a Deity S Mic 2. I think that's what it
do you
is.
like that mic?
I do. I haven't used it a ton. I'm still like, honestly, I'm still getting better results with the video mic NTG, but I think that's just me not understanding the Deity well enough. So I think it's like the SM7B. I need to learn more about that specific microphone to
Or maybe it
use it.
doesn't sound good in your room or your mic or on your voice.
Yeah, it could be that. I need to do a lot more like outdoor testing and stuff, not just in
Is it
this one space.
XLR or
Yeah, it's XLR. So that's also like a little bit of a hassle. Whereas the,
oh,
uh, the video mic NTG is so easy.
you could use that as an overhead. Just
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've played around with it with the Rodecaster. I've even recorded videos where I've had the NTG and the Deity side by side,
which
and when
one?
I go through and flip, I just like kind of prefer the NTG, but I don't
No, I
know.
meant you could always use if it
Oh, for
sounds
drums and stuff.
yeah. And
Yeah.
how much is
That's a
that
great idea.
mic?
I think it's like a $350
Oh,
mic.
because I
Um,
was about to say you could get like a match pair or but also Luant makes a good match pair for overheads for like $100.
yeah. So
So
does Rode. It's not
Ro-
$100, but Rode,
it's
it's like
like
the M.
250. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's two little condenser mics. Those
And
seem
also
really good too.
Behringer and Samson for $100.
Yeah, I would definitely take Samson over Behringer. But yeah.
It's like CL1 or something like that. So this is the mic. So it's a match pair.
That's cool. That's way cool for
$117.
$117.
Match pair. Samson.
Samson makes good stuff.
Drums, piano, strings, vocals.
Yeah. Those are cool. They look like the Rode ones. It looks like Samson's version. I forget what the Rode number is, but it looks like their version
Road.
of that.
Something like that.
Pencil mic. You mean pod mic? I think it's. I feel like it's like an M2 or something.
Rode M2 mic.
I might be wrong. Oh yeah, there it is. M5.
Oh,
It's the
M5, yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Maybe
know,
M2. I'm thinking of Apple. Yeah, those
no.
guys.
I think that was PreSonus.
Oh, okay. Everything has like the same numbers and letters. Yeah, but these are awesome mics too. But they're more expensive. They were almost twice as much as the Samsung ones you showed.
Yeah. So, do you know a representative at Rode?
I know a few people that I've just met over the years, and they're all super nice. Road's
Because
cool.
maybe they would send you one for
They
video.
pro they probably would. I'm just so hesitant to ask. They actually sent me this NT1. This is like such a cool story of, when you just become known for something, because I didn't have a condenser mic at the time, and I had this in my shopping cart, and I was literally waiting until like the next paycheck, and I was gonna go like, I'm gonna buy an NT1. And I posted something on Twitter where someone was asking me about this, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I don't have any condenser mics. I've never used one, but I'm super interested in the Rode NT1." And then like a week later, the package showed up at my door. It was this, and I reached. I didn't know who to even reach out to, so I just like DM'd them on Twitter, and I was like, "This happened. I don't know who's responsible." And then they like directed me to the person who was like, "Oh, we just wanted to set you up. Like, hope you enjoy it." It wasn't like to make a video or to be sponsored or anything. It was just like, try out a mic. And I was like, cool.
Wow.
Like, I was literally going to buy this microphone like right now. And now I don't have to. So that was
Woo!
neat. That was super cool. But it's so weird though to ask people for stuff. So that's why I'm always just like you know,
But they would actually do
at
that.
this point, I mean, a lot of people totally would with no strings attached. But I always just feel, I don't know. It's just I never want to push it. I
True.
never want to be like that. Oh, it's like that YouTube person who just thinks they can get all the free stuff. It's like no, no. I'd rather just I'll buy it. And
The Okay, so I don't know why people still like the Blue Yeti. Do you like the Blue Yeti? Because I know Doc Rock hates it. I don't really like it. There's better mics.
So here's my Yeti.
Uh,
It's my black Yeti. Um, I Here's the thing, and this is another thing for a video, because you're the person that actually kicked this off to me with also then Doc Rock. Prior to getting into YouTube, I didn't really know a heck of a lot about microphones. What I
yeah.
wanted was a Rode video mic. That was the only mic that I really knew anything about,
Th-
and that's what worked for me. Heather had a Yeti, and she used it for everything: podcasting, streaming, all this kind of stuff. We used it on streams together, and it sounded really good. And I liked it. So when I started doing my first streams, I was like, can't wait to get a microphone. I got my Yeti, and I was so excited to get it because it felt like I've got like a real microphone. It's
and then
legit.
it sounded like
It didn't. It sounded good. But here's the thing, because you're the person that pointed this out to me, and then Doc Rock confirmed it, is both of our Yetis, Heather and mine, are from pre 2018.
yes, and I have one of those old white Yetis. And once I
Yeah.
went to Best Buy, actually, no, actually Staples, and I was looking, they had the OG Yeti, like the white one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are great, but if you get like the new ones, They
So yeah, and that's where you guys were like, well, Blue was purchased by
yeah.
Logitech in 2018, and so now even though the Yetis look the same, the internals are not the same. And I don't know, I haven't used a new one. So I want to do a video where I like go to Best Buy and buy one right now, like a new one, and then compare them and then open them up and see what the insides look like, to see how different they are, because I like the Yeti. It's so easy. It was always easy to recommend to people because it's like you have the whole thing right here. It's got all the dials and patterns you can need. But if what I'm recommending is not what I had, then that's a totally different story. Plus, the Yeti was when it came out, there weren't as many options, whereas now there's just more options for the $100 price range. So it's important that people know, you know, if you're gonna put a mic on a desk stand, like this is great, but if you want to put a mic on a boom arm, these are really awkward to put on boom arms,
Yeah.
and yeah, just kind of funky. Sorry.
What about reframing about that, Tom? If you get a free product and stay humble and stay non-violent, then
Yeah,
it's
no, I mean you're right. It's
yeah,
also I want to use a light touch, so something like I know I could ask Rode like, "Hey, can I have those M5s? Can I do that?" And they'll send them to me. But I have a feeling that at some point in the next couple of years, they might come out with like a Rodecaster 2, and I would really like to call in my favor for something like that versus like an inexpensive pair of microphones. So I have no idea. I have no like info about that, and it seems like they're really going far on the original Rodecaster. But at some point, I would imagine they're going to come out with another one. I would definitely like to know about it, and that's where I'd be like, "Hey, Rode, can I have one, please?"
this is another great mic. It's the 414 AKG 414.
I'm not familiar with that one at all.
Oh, I had a sad story once. So I was using one once, and I didn't break it, but it fell once. So you shouldn't like.
Yeah.
It wasn't in my hands, but I saw it. Like I was like, ah, but it still works. But it got some damage. So it's not a SM58, but
It gained some character.
it looks like this.
Oh, okay, I've seen these. I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah,
I've seen these used for guitar amps a lot.
I had the classic one. I think it was the 90s.
Oh wait, sorry, Doc. I saw Doc. Tom swearing, saying the E word. We don't say expensive. Sorry.
This one.
Higher in price.
So this is the
Yeah, I've seen these. I've seen these placed like flat up against guitar amplifiers, like
and
right up against the mesh.
there's a video with a Billy Joel using them,
Oh
and
wow.
Billy Joel and what's it called, and uh
Uptown Girl.
no.
It is Uptown Girl.
It's Billy Joel and Louis Armstrong or no Ray
Yeah.
Charles,
Okay. Okay.
and they were using yeah.
Interesting. I went on a quest a while ago to find out the Bob Barker microphone from The Price is Right, because it's like a very long, thin, it's like a really long, skinny microphone that just has like a boop, like a little thing on the end. And I found out he used two of them over his whole career in The Price is Right. The early one, I think it was a Sony EC510. They don't make those anymore. And the other one was like a more custom Sony something or other. I have like eBay alerts, but it seems like such a cool mic, and I can't get it.
For $500, they make a cheaper version, less expensive version of the 416.
Hmm.
So that is the ME600, and that's a good one. And let me back.
The one that I have that I've had that I've had good luck with is the Audio Technica AT897. It's about 250 bucks. I've used countless of these throughout the years. Really great sounding
Which
microphone.
one?
Um, the Audio Technica AT897.
Yes, those are good, but I was just
Yeah,
recommending another one.
you were
And
doing a higher end one, which is cool.
and
So,
I'm using this for a project, but this is the
oh, that looks
416.
nice. Yeah. Don't drop
Slowly focus, but it sounds amazing. That was a mixer that was not working.
it.
But
Cool.
if you want, uh, I can plug in the other mic that I was talking about, the Slate.
Whoa.
Hey,
There we
how,
go.
how does
Crispy.
this sound?
It sounds crisp, clear.
How do you like it?
It sounds great. I mean, it sounds like sounds very radio ready.
Wow. So, this is out of the shot, actually.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And it's
It's
$150.
not. It's nice not to. Yeah, it's
And
nice
it's
to have a
tiny.
clean shot.
So,
That's
what
cool.
do you like this? Like the sound?
I do. Yeah. I don't know if you're using any of the processing that comes
No.
with it, but it sounds good.
No. So, to be honest, I know you love the SM7B, but what would you rather have? This one? Which one sounds better?
That's
On my
that's
voice.
so subjective. I mean,
So
they both
far.
actually sound good. I like the clarity of this one a lot, personally.
Yeah.
It's really, really crisp. It sounds great.
Also, I can see if you. I can have a sample of the 416 if you want.
Oh, that
Sounds
would be
pretty
cool.
good. Yeah.
That's the baller mic.
So this is the ML2 Slate. Check
There we
1,
go.
2. How does this sound?
That sounds kind of the same as the last one, honestly.
It does?
It kind of does, yeah. I know it's like a very different mic, but it kind of sounds the same. At least, in my like earbuds over Ecamm guest interview stuff. So
How does
not-
Doc?
yeah, that's gonna be the person to let
Doc
us know.
or Jeffrey? What?
Yeah.
Or John?
Yes. Tell us. People.
Those
I see
are
Zane.
or Zane.
Oh no, I saw Zane said
Oh.
bought an MV7 and uses it with USB. Is super happy
Yeah,
with it.
you sound good on the MV7.
The MV7 is good.
But
one.
this mic, the Slate one, is cheaper.
Yeah.
And
It seems like a good one.
and it's light, so I can put it in my pocket.
I you know what? I'm gonna stand by at least the pre-Logitech Yetis. Good mic.
Yeah.
Pre-Logitech at least.
Now this is overloading, but how does
Yeah.
this sound? Does
To
it
me,
sound-
honestly, the same.
is this better? Is this a better?
It's a little low now.
Oh. Hello. Is that better now?
Now it's a little high. So like a little bit of
Okay.
clicking.
So
It's good though. It's a good sounding mic.
yeah.
So that's cool.
So I think this will be my new main mic.
It's a winner, especially because you can have it out of frame. That's awesome. Like, it's kind of annoying sometimes when you have
Yes.
a mic that's like you're
And
trying to
this
reach
is how
around.
it
and-
sounds. So does it sound echoey?
Tiny bit to me, at least here.
I
But
just
you could
moved it.
probably just EQ it a bit.
What year was the Logitech?
2018.
2018. Sounds
Yeah, 2018. which is so interesting because the founders of Blue left Blue in 2015 or 16 to form Neat Microphones.
And then
And
you like the knee.
I love Neat mics,
Yeah.
and they I'm wondering if they left because they knew there was going to be a buyout and they were just like, we're going to get out before that. And then Neat is currently like, they basically discontinued everything and now they're rebooting their product lineup right now. So it's interesting to see what those are going to be like. My Deity mic has a crazy dead cat. I like it. Are there still pre-Logitech ones out there? See, I don't know how you would identify it.
I know which ones.
Do you know how to identify them?
Yes.
Because that would be very interesting.
I know how it looks, actually. Because if it's like white, like classic, if you see like the old box that has like the actual Yeti, because on the older ones it was like a little like Yeti,
like a cartoon of like the actual like abominable like the Yeti.
I will pull this up.
Yeah, there's the graphics.
That's the old one.
Yeah, that's the box mine came in.
The OG one. Wait, that's the box?
I think so. Yeah, it had all those guys on it. I was so excited when I got it. It was so exciting.
And when was this?
There it is.
But also, the Rode, if the Rode NT USB, this is a other good one that is $100.
Yes.
Do you? Oh, you have that mic? Wow.
Happen to have mine right here. That's a great mic, and it has magnets, so that makes it better because magnets are fun.
Yes. Oh. Oh, you don't.
There we go.
The OG Yetis. Rest in peace. I'm shocked because I think you used to use a Yeti and you have been doing content for many years, so I'm shocked.
How do you not remember the box that something came in 7 years ago? Yeah, but these are, I mean, there's so many good mic choices out there. It's fun. All I know is a Blue Yeti will never make a good kick drum mic. Well, okay, I'll agree with that.
Now
I did use the Q9U as a kicked mic, and it was fine. That was cool. Sort of goofy, but. Oh, Ash says she's looking at her box now, and it's 2019 with the same graphics on it.
Oh.
Interesting. We're uncovering a conspiracy. The thing to do is really like to literally like get a new one, get an old one, unscrew the bottom, like take them apart and see like are the internals, what's different about them, and then we'll know. But ultimately, like if you have a microphone and you like the way it sounds, it's a good microphone.
And I have a mic story, actually.
Okay.
So I did a review on this many years ago, and this was on my old channel, and I deleted the video because there was some issues. But the thing was, it was a popular mic, and people were searching it. So I got like 2,000 views. And
nice.
You know, Podcasted, he even was looking for a video, and he commented. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that was many years ago. It's a pretty good mic, but Tom, yes,
the beta, yeah. Is that the one that goes in the kick drum? Like it's like a flat one, and you put it inside.
I have never owned those beta. I like the sound of this on the bass drum
Which
actually.
one is that?
The RE10.
That's like a was it from like the 70s?
Yes, Elvis used it,
That's cool.
and
That's
I
way
have like
cool.
two of them.
That is, where do you get those? Like you just eBay or?
No, it's from my family.
Oh wow.
So it was through the family. So my family
Very
had these.
cool.
But
They have like history then. That's awesome.
yes, but even cooler is these are worth like $400 a piece.
Nice.
So
Sell your family's history.
no, like sell these, and then I could buy. Uh, I forget. You could buy a
4 Yetis.
four Yetis or even
An SM7B. One
70
SM7B.
or a U87. Like save money.
Yeah.
I really want to get a U87. To be honest.
You know the one that I am interested in and curious about right now is uh I think it's called ear trumpet or something. Um, I've heard several people talk about these lately. I think it's ear trumpet music or something. They're handmade microphones. Ear Trumpet Labs.
Yeah.
They make handmade microphones, and they look like old 1930s ones, but the sound is so good. I think they made one called the Myrtle that's really cool. They all have like names, like old timey names. Um,
You would crush this.
I'm so Peter Gregg has one. He has the Myrtle and he's been recording music with it, and he's been sending me some of the tracks as previews, and it sounds amazing. Like
Yeah.
it is so good. Oh
And
my
also
gosh.
Warm Audio has a good one. I have a Warm Audio.
Yeah, I've heard
Warm
about those. Good.
Audio mic. I have the 251. It's a great mic.
So I feel like if I were to spend over $400 on a microphone, I would get something like
The
those, like something
okay,
super strange.
this is a good one. It's
Warm audio.
the warm
Yeah.
audios I like because these are tube condensers. So
Yes.
it gets you the old nostalgic Telefunkins that are $12,000. So
Yeah.
you can be this is the poor man Telefunken.
We ain't telefunking around when we talk about that.
Very funny. But
Yes.
they have some great mics that are good budget ones,
Yeah, I've seen theirs pop up, but I've never used one.
and also they sound great on what's it called? Vocals.
Yeah. It's really fun when you find a mic that works with your voice. Like it's
Yes.
hard because you can only figure it out through testing, but like once you find one where you connect it and you talk into it and you're like, "Whoa, this just feels
Well,
different than other ones." That's like a really cool fun thing. So, I think once that happens, that's where you're like, "Ooh, I like my microphone."
yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap this up soon because we have been rambling for an hour and 15. I haven't rambled on a stream like this in a long time.
It was
So
fun though. We got to talk
yes,
a lot about microphones. So,
yes,
like it's the beauty of the internet is you can find other people who will just want to talk about weird old microphones for an hour and 15 minutes. So,
and remember
um,
to smash the like button
smash like, yes.
because I
Yeah.
know some of you haven't smashed the like button, but Jeffrey says I'm having trouble finding
Yeah.
like
Swiping right, but no
I'm
left.
just saying this might be for you. $150 sounds pretty good. And
I'm
also
liking this Lewitt, the Lewitt
do it.
LCT 240. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's absolutely awesome.
Now that's funny.
Where is it?
But I just really want to say thank you to everyone that came into the stream, and I see that we got some more likes. So if you're new, remember to subscribe. I'm doing weekly interviews. I'm gonna switch up the audio actually, but I'm gonna dance this stream out. Our
Thank you
favorite.
so much.
Bye, everybody.